mis corazones, welcome back. My name is Belchi. Today we're gonna talk about my experience taking the esthetician state board test. So if you wanna know and learn what did they ask, stay tuned. Hola mis corazones, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for staying with me. So today I'm gonna actually talk about my experience taking the AZ Arizona State Board test for esthetician. I did took it. I graduated on July 27 of this year, and I recently got my license. So I'm super excited. I live here in Phoenix, but I actually took my test in Goodyear. I think it's more faster because the from the beginning to the end, my whole time was 2 weeks to do my test and to get my license. So I honestly think it's because I went to the Goodyear instead of going downtown Phoenix and wait for the appointments. I also think I was blessed by God because I know a lot of new STs want to take their tests and they have to wait 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 months to get the appointment to do the test. So I thank God, and I honestly, if I suggest if you can go to Goodyear, just do Goodyear because it was very fast. One thing I'm actually share with you guys, I unfortunately I got a Karen when I went and registered, like checking and everything. But just don't put attention if you get that person. Um, don't let that person ruin your energy and your vibe, because what I did is just the day before I was like, you know what, tomorrow is the big test. Nobody's gonna ruin that. So to make sure to don't let nobody ruin that for you. What I did before the test, it's actually study. I actually did something that my teacher told me not to do. I know I'm a rebel. The day before, I read both of the books. So if you have your books, this is the white one, and then this is the foundation one. So it's black. So I read them both. It took me about 12 hours because I have kids, but but I actually took my time and I went over all the chapters, and I did highlights. Well, I read my highlight that I did at school. And to be honest, yes, it's very long, but you catch it very easily because you already went to school for it. So for me, I graduated at the end of July, so I just recently got my license at the beginning of September. So it was almost 2 months out of school, so I didn't pick up my book for anything until I had it to do my test. So it was very easy. I don't know if you want to do it like me. The day before, I just read the whole both of the books, and I was fine. Yes, it was tired, but that's the way my brain functions. I don't know. I do better when I'm in pressure. Like stress and pressure, and you have to finish it. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. If you're like me, go ahead. If not, like book your test like around like a week or so. That way you can like read at least 2 chapters, 3 chapters a day, and then so on, right? Okay, so the day of my test, like I said, I got a Karen. But I always believe if you think negative, that's where you're gonna attract. So I always say be positive no matter what. So I didn't let that lady ruin my day. So I got there. Make sure if you go to your location, make sure you don't take anything, just your ID. And then when you schedule your appointment, they send you like a email. Make sure you print that. I printed. They didn't ask for it, but it doesn't matter. And the email say you have to take this, print this page because they will ask for it. For me, they didn't ask for it. They only asked for my ID, and they do provide lockers. But to be honest, just take your ID, that paperwork, and your keys. Or if you, I left my phone in the car, because they are very strict. It does tell you right away after you finish your test. It will tell you if you pass or not. For my first test, it let me know that I passed. It gives you like um, a a big green, and it says you pass. And then it's not all your official test result. It was just let you know. And if you don't, it will tell you. Hopefully, that's not the case. What else? And that's it. And then after, like, I was driving, after like 30 minutes, I received the letter saying, on my email saying, congratulations, you passed, but that's not your official score. So you have to wait like about four. I got my official letters for both of my tests like 3 or 4 days after. And when I got it, I was like, I checked, and one of them it says like practical pass, and the second one was like it was incomplete, or yeah, incomplete or something. So I was freaking out because I knew I already and it says pass, but it says also status incomplete. So I was freaking out because I thought maybe something went, because she was so mean to me. I was like, maybe she did something for to my test, for me not passing, because we did kind of argue a little bit, but I'm that's another whole story. Um, but I actually emailed the company, the PSS test company, and I was like, hey, I just received my letter, but one of my tests says incomplete. It says I passed, but it says incomplete. So the lady said that that's normal. So don't freak out when you receive both of your letters, official letters saying that one it says you pass and it's complete. The other one say you pass, it's incomplete. She explained to me, she said that it's incomplete because I have not finished my application with its Arizona State Board, so that's why it's incomplete. So don't worry about that. So okay, so that's that. And then I didn't have my application complete. I didn't pay my application first with Arizona State Board Cosmetics. I didn't do that. So when I received my letters, my approval letters, I went and submit everything. Certification of hours from my SD school, and then my ID, and then a passport photo, and then the 2 letters. And after that, no lie, I put the Friday, no, I took my test on Tuesday, and then on Thursday I put my application, and then on Monday Tuesday I had my license. So, and then I received my hard copy license. I received it like a week after, so it was less than 2 weeks, and it was exciting. They asked for both of the tests. They asked for waxing, so make sure you go to chapter 11, the hair remover chapter. I'll show you. Hair remover. It's on your big book. So make sure you do this. Chapter 11. Make sure you read this, and if you can memorize it, that'd be wonderful. If not, just focus on your page. I think it's on your chapter 11. Just focus on page 495. So that's the procedures for all the procedures. How do you do eyebrow tweezing, waxing with hard wax, soft wax, and all that. They did ask you how do you apply for hard wax, and how do you pull the hard wax, what direction, and also for soft wax. For tweezing, for my test, I'm not saying that you're gonna have that same questions, but I'm just letting you know. For tweezing, they did ask like when you pull the hair, what kind, where, which direction you pull out the hair. And also they did ask about how do you do wax on the hand. Like remember that, do you do like pinky or your thumb when you apply wax? Like where do you start and when you end? Also for arm wax, I mean, just focus on this procedure charts. And I remember they also asked for galvanic. For example, like what's it called, the handle that you give the client, and how do you do disincantation. Or they did ask about makeup, but it was not a whole, it was probably like 2 or 3 questions, so it was a piece of cake. Like you know, guys, I'm a makeup artist, so I was not stressing myself about that. But if you're not a makeup artist and you're not comfortable with makeup, just make sure you know your primary colors. And also, like, the question was like complementary colors. They put you like a color, and then let's say red, and then they put you green, and they ask you if that's a complementary colors or by, and you press yes or no, and then or you choose, like you click on which is the complementary colors. Pretty much it. Also like contour, how are you gonna put contour if it's a round face? That kind of questions. I'm going over my books because I want to remember what else they asked. They didn't ask about sugaring wax, so don't stress about that. Oh, they did talk about on both tests. They ask you, they, I don't know what's going on with that, but they do concentrate on Fitzpatrick. So for my questions, it was about 6 or 7 questions. It was the same scenario but different questions. For example, there's like there's a lady, there's a person that has like light skin, it doesn't burn easily. What kind of Fitzpatrick is that? So you choose. Make sure each question you go over it, read it twice, and read slowly and read the answers, because it might seem the same question, but it's not. So make sure you do that. They about anatomy and physiology, I was stressed, so stressed my whole course, and even when I was gonna take my test. But they, on my test, they honestly didn't concentrate a lot about like on that subject. They only asked about cells and muscles. So make sure you practice, read that. Don't stress yourself like I did. Oh, they also asked about your, like what's the biggest bone on the face. So of course we know that it's the mandibula. So anything else that should know, that you guys should know. Let's see. Oh, sanitation. It's a big one. Okay, sanitation is like the number one that you have to focus. So go on your black book and go on sanitation. Okay. Oh, they also ask about acne, like what kind of acne is this. They show you a picture, and then you go like type 1, type 2, type 3, or 4. So make sure you focus on that and your acne. Let's see, I'm trying to look for the chapter. They also asked about like 1 or 2 questions about business, so um, don't stress about that. Also healthy, like for example, protein, minerals, like, and they give you like in this scenario, and you just like pick like, okay, if you don't drink a lot of water, like what happens to your skin. Okay, chapter 5. This is the chapter that you guys need to focus a lot. Please, please, because they most of the practical tests, it's all most of them, like I will say 75% of it was infection control. So it just go over the test, and they will ask you, for example, like if you drop like a tool, what do you do next? Like, do you pick it up and then you like put it in your pocket, or and then you continue the service? And as you know, that's not the case, right? That's wrong. So, and it gives you another example, like you, okay, you stop the service, you pick up the tool, you put it, we have to have like a dirty box of tools, you put it there, and then you go ahead, remove the gloves and wash your hands and put gloves again and go on, you know. So and they also, on the practical, they also ask you like how to do a basic facial. So it says, it gives you like 8 steps, and you just go ahead and just do it in order. What else? Oh, and if you have like, if you're this person is sick, and it gives you the symptoms, if it's bacterial, virus, or fungus. Sanitize, disinfect, or sterilize. So make sure you know those steps. How do you do that? Oh, and then, sorry, I'm just trying to give you all the information. Um, how, like, if you cut yourself, what do you do next? What's most likely will you do next? So just make sure you memorize this, like your chapter 5. Also on your chapter 6, chemistry, they did ask, like for example, your pH scale. Make sure you remember like what's acid and what's neutral and what's alkaline. Electricity, they did took they talk about electricity, for example, like what type of electricity current it is, like direct current or alternating current. They did ask about that. Pretty much that's it. Like that's what I remember, girls, boys. Um, my advice to you: don't stress yourself. I function like that. Like I said, I do function like in stress, like stressful situations. So that's why I read both books the day before. Um, but like I said, just go over your material, your notes from school, and you're gonna be fine. I did go ahead and download the SD exam app that's on Google or app. I will put the link below, that way you can download it. That did help me, but I honestly didn't get a lot of questions um, that they ask you in the app. So don't rely on that. Just go ahead and just study, read, and you'll be fine. I honestly think we overreact sometimes because it's a test and you're like, oh, but it's gonna be fine, okay, mis amores. I love you so much, and I hope this video will help you with and pass on your test. And I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow me in my journey of esthetician. Love you. Bye.